As far as like the season, kind of the timeline of how the season progresses, obviously, like deer behavior is naturally going to change. You're going to have more or less hunting pressure depending on, gun season and stuff like that. So how does your approach differ if you're looking at, early season, mid season? Like how do you break that down, and then how do you adapt?
So public land hunting in particular, the beauty about it in most states, and in Michigan, we have the early season for youth and stuff, so that adds a little pressure. But the beauty is you can get a lot of intel and really stack it up before you hunt. And then you have a really high odds chance that first day, because deer are not on their guard yet, at least they shouldn't be. And you have all this data you could collect for months beforehand, right? Glassing, you got some trail cameras out maybe, and you can make these strategic hunts. And so my goal, and it is different from year to year, but my goal is to have enough intel and data that I have at least 2 or 3, hopefully, bucks that I'd like to shoot and kind of have them figured out. And so I have like an option A, B, and C, and I think I can shoot them if I hunt here, here, and here for these 3 different bucks, and these are probably in different areas, right? And then I just see what conditions add up, the best for those. And then so for that first week or so, and again, it depends on other hunters, but the first week or so, I have probably 2 or 3 good chances at a deer that'd be like a strategic strike. And it's because we have all that lead time to figure that out, right? And deer are probably still mostly on summer patterns at that point. And so that's a really good option, right? So you really have multiple of these the first week or so. But then they're feeling the pressure, right? From you, from everybody else in the woods. And so pretty quickly, it's got to move to this phase, I call it, of where you're hunting other hunters, right? And so you're starting to just observe other hunters. And this gets back to something I threw out a while back about a goal of hunting much less this season, right, for most guys. Because just getting back to this chart, looking at the shape of this, like highly effective hunters, guys that do it year after year, that do really well, they're the guys that you're like, man, they're always shooting a big one, People get jealous, but they're doing something different, right? And they're making very strategic hunts and hunting very seldom, right? They hunt once or twice and shoot their deer. That's it, right? That's the most high odds approach. But the flip of that is hunting the most and doing all these other important things less. And this is an ineffective hunter. This is what I used to do. This is what a lot of people do. And it just hurts your chances, right? You're just shooting yourself in the foot by doing that. And so once you make those future strategic strikes on public land the first few days or first week at max, then you got to flip and start just observing other hunters again. And so you got to stay out of the woods. You got to now recalibrate and figure out, when can I make the next surgical strike? And it might not be till, let's say, our season starts October 1st. Maybe it isn't until late October till you can figure out another deer or have things stacked in your favor again, because of all the shifting that's going on from the food sources to the pressure and all this stuff. You might want to stay out until that, later in that month. You got to recalibrate, and a lot of it's based on what other hunters are doing and seeing and predicting what deer are going to do based on that, and refining the deer. And it's really, they're going to avoid the hunters. And so you got to look at where the hunters are and then figure out, okay, where are the hunters not at this point?